On this episode of All Systems Go, we review the new skateboarding anime, gamble on Steam, and give shoutouts to content creators.
And finally, we'll hear the truth about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie history. All Systems Go starts right now!
Hello, and welcome to All Systems Go, the show that sold its soul for a new Xbox and got swindled into getting a box in the shape of an X.
Joke's on them, though, because shows don't have souls. Just like me. I'm Tony Purgatory.
And I'm Ian the Nightman, coming to you with some exciting news. At the end of District 9, a sequel was hinted to come in 3 years. District 9 was released in 2009, and if I'm right, that was 12 years ago. Better late than never, though, as director Neil Blomkamp announced that a District 10 screenplay is in the works. The director has paired with D9's leading protag, Charlton Copley, to finish the screenplay and bring closure to the story we were promised to have back in 2012.
PlayStation removed the option to rent and purchase movies and shows from its PlayStation Store. The head of the video business, Vanessa Lee, explained the discontinuation comes as a result of subscription and ad-based services rendering their own service unnecessary. Any purchases made previously to the store's closing will remain available to view after the shutdown.
If you suffer from the rare medical condition of Tokunarodine, and the only thing to soothe that pain is a new release of Skyrim, well then, you're in luck. After bringing 6 versions of the game to market, Bethesda is working with Motifius Entertainment to release the game once again, as a board game. The company will use crowdfunding to bring the cooperative 4-player Elder Scrolls adventure-style game to tabletops everywhere this winter.
Square Enix has announced a lot on the Final Fantasy VII series. It was announced that the Final Fantasy VII Remake will be getting enhanced on the PS5 with new upgrade graphics and better performance speeds. A DLC starring everyone's favorite ninja, Yuffie, will also be released alongside the upgraded version of the game on June 10th. Square Enix also announced Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier, which is a battle royale shooter on mobile devices, and Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, which will be a chapter-based game that will cover the entire timeline of Final Fantasy VII.
Great news for Pokemon trainers everywhere! Last Friday, the Pokemon Company revealed 2 new games that they're releasing, and it's all about Sinnoh. The original 2 Sinnoh games, Diamond and Pearl, are getting remade. These remakes, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, are set to release this year. In addition, the company teased a brand new game called Pokemon Legends Arceus, and all we know about it so far is that it takes place in the Sinnoh region hundreds of years before Diamond and Pearl, and it looks like an open world game. But I'm pretty sure it'll have something to do with Arceus too.
This week, Disney and Pixar announced Luca. The upcoming film follows Luca and Alberto as they try to have the best summer they can without blowing their secret that they're actually magical sea creatures. It's kind of like H2O, but Italy. They also befriend young Julia and get into lots of trouble on purpose along the Italian Riviera. Be sure to bring some gelato as the film drops on June 18th of this year.
Coming up, Liam does a pop shove it with his review on the new skateboarding anime, Skate.
Then we see if fortune shined on Mr. Kyle Lucky Eads as he gambles with Steam keys. Welcome back! I'm so happy to see you. My abandonment issues can finally be put at ease. The only thing keeping me calm was Liam's review of the new Skate anime. Take a look.
Being somebody who skates every now and again, I was really excited to hear about a skating anime being made called Skate the Infinity. I don't watch a lot of sports anime, but this was absolutely amazing. It took me by surprise. From the stellar animation to the skate tricks actually looking like real skate tricks, to the interesting characters the show introduces. It puts you in the perspective of being a camera or a GoPro, and you're following these skaters down this dangerous path where they can reach up to 60 kilometers, they said. It looks and feels like real skateboarding, even with the extra anime gimmicks, because how does an anime without a little anime twist? This path that I was talking about in the anime is a race called the S. In these races, there are no rules, and the skaters race to the bottom of this hill, where they're even able to have weapons to interfere with other skaters. Now, the story follows 2 main characters, Reki, who's not the best skateboarder out there, but he definitely has some skill, And then there's Longa. He's a bit more soft-spoken, and he's a Canadian foreign exchange student who used to be a pro snowboarder. He meets Reki, and Reki asks him if he wants to try skateboarding. As soon as Longa steps on, he falls right off. And I know so many skaters out there, including myself, remember that feeling of first time stepping on the board and falling straight on your butt. Now, it's kind of an unusual way how Longa really gets his feet warm with the board. They go to the S race I was talking about earlier, and he tapes his feet to the board, and he competes in a race. And he starts just doing these amazing things that nobody can predict. Now, I do want to give everybody a little bit of a sus warning because we all know that anime tends to have these little sus characters in there. And the antagonist of this show, his name is Adam. It's almost as if the creators took the two most sus characters in anime and slapped them together because he's voiced by the voice actor who voices Dio in JoJo Bizarre's Adventure, but he acts like Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. And it's just a little unsettling to me. This show is entertaining, and watching these two friends, Reki and Longa, bond and improve their skating skills together is quite amazing. I think back to the times when I first started skating with my buddies and we were improving our skills together, and this show is going to make you want to grab a board and grab your friends and go outside and skate as soon as possible. And I think that's what this show is more about. I think it's more about friendship than it is actually skating. I'm labeling this anime a must-watch because I enjoyed it so much, and you can catch the 8 episodes that are out right now for it on Funimation.
After I gambled the show on a phony Xbox, I swore off the habit. Luckily, Kyle is still a man who likes to live, dangerously. He gambled with Steam keys, but did he win?
Alright. All Systems Go is too lazy to come up with their own idea for a video, so they tasked it to me to try to find something to do. And because I'm lazy too, I just bought random Steam keys to see what the gods of gaming could give me. Okay, so the first game we have is Glorkian Warrior, The Trials of Glork. Oh god, this hurts, already hurts my ears. No, I'm not going to check out the official soundtrack. This is causing ear bleeding. Barely want to make me read the graphic novel. So, this is it? This is all it is? Is this all the game is? It's just me standing here? It's a collected... It's Galaga? Is that what this is? Whew, oh god. Oh no. Oh jeez. Oh yay, the children's voices are back, yay! Why are there children's voices for power-ups? This is in fact... Let me see what French Glork looks like. Still the same. Not much difference. If I'm being honest, it's got some fun, but... let's go see what the next game is. Alright, so the second game we have here is something called Pixel Puzzles 2. And this of course, I got the anime edition. Oh god, this looks like a trip. Awesome. Awesome. And the final piece, boom. I have no idea who that is. Okay, this is awful. Why are they separated like this? Oh god. This is unnecessarily hard. Look for the corners. That's how every good puzzle starts. Look for the corner piece. You love, what? I have no idea who you are. I don't love you. Okay, boom, corner piece. What?
A few moments later.
Oh, it froze. It escaped? Huh? The game just... What? This game is awful. This is the worst game. I couldn't even... I was close. Did I want to beat the puzzle? No. But you and your stupid little...
Dang, those games look terrible.
Yeah, a little bit. Lady Luck may not have been on Kyle's side, but the content creators we show appreciation to are a sure bet.
All Systems Go will be right back.
Hi everyone, Maya here. When asked about who my favorite content creator is out of the oh god, I might have a problem, large amounts of creators to choose from, I decided to talk about the one I believe deserves more attention. Nico B is a lesser-known gamer primarily known for ad-libbing while playing literally anything his fans tell him to, and having a surprisingly wide vocal range for someone whose degree isn't in acting.
We don't know what the outside world looks like now.
Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this right. Article is probably just lying to us.
It seems kinda over the top.
Nico's the Let's Player who got me into Let's Plays, and is a lot of people's gateways into other fandoms, especially Danganronpa. If you're into Danganronpa and wonder where the bagel meme came from,
Previously on Danganronpa 2. Bagels! And now back to the island.
there's a lot about his channel that drives me to him, like his ability to accidentally predict plot twists or the crossover miniseries he has, but I'll just say to give Nico B a shot. He deserves the love.
So I DoorDash, which means I end up doing a lot of podcast listening. Specifically, my favorite is Chapo Trap House, left-wing discussion, political news, again, from a left-wing slant. Very funny. And their friends over at TrueAnon, my second favorite, originally a Jeffrey Epstein podcast. They sort of have branched out into other evil, powerful people, and how they've shaped our awful world today. It's very depressing, but very good. And on the YouTube front, I think my favorite creator is probably Jenny Nicholson. I listen to a lot of video essays, but hers are definitely my favorite. A lot of Star Wars stuff. As you can see, I got my Star Wars shelf behind me. But also other things. A lot of rabbit holes. Yeah.
My favorite content creators or YouTubers would be probably RDC1 World. Now, if you haven't heard of these guys, they're a group of friends that make skits and videos. They even have a gaming channel. And they've been making videos for 8 years now. They started in 2012 and they are still going strong. To be a fan of them has been pretty exciting over the past year or so because they've been getting recognition from NBA players like LeBron James, retweeting and quoting their tweet for even more people to see. J. Cole, with his new shoes that came out this past year with Puma, he sent RDC World some of their shoes so they can make a video advertising their shoes. They're just growing and growing, and being a fan of theirs, it really makes me happy to see, and I just can't wait to see what more they have.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
So, I was asked who my favorite content creator is. Now, on YouTube, I follow a total of 3. On Twitch, I follow probably a lot more, but I don't really watch all of them. But it's really hard to pick a favorite. I really love Critical and Kitboga, and most people know who Kitboga is, except if you don't, he basically calls scammers online and messes with them the whole time. It's actually quite hilarious. He has a lot of different characters and different voices for each one, so if you've never watched him, you should go check him out. And that's where I stand on content creators.
A traipse through my faves. A white twunk. Another white twunk. A white twunk from Australia. This white twunk is Dutch. I think I have a type. This one's not a twunk, at least. Here's a legend. A real icon. And we're back. Okay. This has been a traipse through my faves. Thank you.
Like a very active and loving parent, it was difficult to pick which were my favorite babies out of my 170 subscriptions on YouTube. So instead, here's the top 3 list of YouTubers that inspired my style. Number 1, the fast-talking veteran of witty writing and video game reviews with 0 punctuation. Take a guess as to what he influenced. Number 2, his videos are rare but amazing. Nakey Jakey puts so much heart and effort into them while still having fun, and he adds a billion little unnecessary effects and editing to give it a mountain of extra worth. Number 3, along with a voice of gold, Internet Historian is the poster boy of what you can create with other people's work and a base knowledge of Premiere and Photoshop. Waste not, want not. But as for honorary mentions, I gotta give a shout out to these channels for either the value in writing or sheer entertainment value itself. It comes down to Cosmonaut Variety Hour, The Critical Drinker, Lyle McWrath, Lemon, Racevic, Jontron, PewDiePie, and Shaggy and the Creep Show. Shoutouts to all of those channels for playing a part in making my style, well, mine. And you can check us out on YouTube too! Go and do it! Do it! Just do it!
Hey, did you see that Five Nights at Freddy's movie with Nicolas Cage?
No, that was Willy's Wonderland, and I did not see it with Nicolas Cage. He wouldn't return my calls.
Really? That sucks, man.
Yeah.
Was there ever a Five Nights at Freddy's movie?
Why don't we let Daniel answer that question for you?
For our final question, name this movie. An employee working the night shift at an abandoned pizzeria must survive the night while evil animatronics lurk the halls.
Is it Five Nights at Freddy's?
Haha, no! That movie hasn't been made yet, stupid! You lose! It's kind of astounding that it's been 7 years since the first game's release, and we still don't have an official Five Nights at Freddy's movie. We have other movies that look and sound just like Five Nights, but we still don't have an official Freddy movie. So, I'm here to give you a brief rundown on why Five Nights at Freddy's has struggled to make it to the box office while others have beat it to the punch. I don't think I need to remind you how popular FNAF was in 2014, but after the world spent its first week working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, it became a phenomenon. And at the peak of the game's popularity, the possibility of a live-action movie happening in the near future was very real. The diehard fanbase was eager to consume any bit of FNAF content, and a live-action movie would have sold like gangbusters. And while opportunities were being placed on the table, Scott wanted to dedicate a little more time to expanding the series of game installments before deviating his focus towards a movie. A respectable decision to uphold his artistic integrity, but not striking when the iron is hot is a good way to miss your market. Jump to April of 2015. Warner Brothers makes its first big announcement saying that they had acquired the series rights for a FNAF film, with 3 producers already signed on to collaborate with Cawthorne directly to make an insane, terrifying, and weirdly adorable movie. That news resonated like the brown note amongst the fan base. And by July, the movie had its director and writer, and pre-production was set to begin ASAP. Brown Note Dubstep Remix. This occurred at the pinnacle of Five Nights at Freddy's success, and unfortunately its zenith would come to a screeching halt due to the shenanigans of the Hollywood movie industry and one man's white-knuckle grip on creative control. Over the course of the next 2 years, there became a growing lack of news coverage involving the film's production, and fans were becoming increasingly anxious. We wanted an inkling of an update about the movie. What made it more worrisome is that Scott usually always engaged with his fans and was never shy to provide updates and teasers for upcoming FNAF material, and his silence here was golden. Freddy. Bad. But never fear, to rein in the new year, on January of 2017, Scott finally addressed the fans with some fresh news about the movie. Hooray!
Last year, the FNAF movie was met with several delays and roadblocks, some involving the movie industry as a whole. As a result, as of right now, the movie is back at square one.
But despite this, there was an upside to the letter.
I'm also going to be more involved with the movie from day one this time.
And in hindsight, that was probably the most damning part. Fazbear soon had a falling out with Warner Brothers. The current director and producers all stepped away from the project, and Five Nights at Freddy's was left in a state of limbo. Luckily, Blumhouse Pictures scooped up the property and gave full creative control to Scott. But now that Scott had full creative control, the production process would begin to become just as complicated as the game's lore. With 2 years of lost time and a dozen different scripts in the garbage, this sounded the bell for others to start scripting their own versions of the movie. They smelled the desperation and disappointment from the fans, and the race was on to supply the high. While multiple shorts and fan-made films inspired by FNAF would pop up online and across streaming services in the coming years, 2 stories were conceived during the void of the FNAF film news that would go on to beat Fazbear at the finish line. One was Willy's Wonderland, and the other was the Banana Splits movie. We'll be focusing on the former here. In 2016, screenwriter Geo Parsons would put the material for his short film Wally's Wonderland on the professional script rating service Bloodlist to promote the possibility of turning it into a full-length feature film. And wouldn't you know it, it caught the attention of none other than internet god meme star Nicolas Cage himself. Thoroughly impressed and intrigued by the story, he signed on to star and produce the feature. By October of 2019, it had a backing studio, producers, and director. And right before the pandemic hit, the full cast and crew went into production with a Halloween 2020 release date. Looking back at FNAF's studio, though, it was still stuck in the pre-production process. Another script was being scrapped at the end of 2018, and more delays were being announced. Scott's overzealous creative control was essentially setting the movie back to square one all over again. And it's a movie about the first game storyline. This should have been a tee-up for you, man. Come on! Anyways, come September of 2019, a script had finally been finished and confirmed to be locked in for production. Steve Blum said in a recent interview that the movie is going into super active development, with filming slated to begin in spring of 2021. I can't help but feel that the boat has been missed here. The fandom has died down, trust in the movie is gone, and other titles have stepped up and supplied alternatives to the craze we once had for a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. And honestly, as a one-time avid fan of FNAF, I can't say I have high hopes or expectations for the official film's release because I'm just kind of over it. But I would like to see it get a proper release, because it would really be a shame if Scott put this much time, attention, and passion into a project that never even got to see the light of day. And if we'll get it, we'll never know. But that's been a brief rundown on the history of FNAF's struggle to make it to the box office. Have a nice day.
And that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday night at 9 o'clock for another dose of ASG excellency.
And be sure to check out our YouTube channel for this episode. Extended content and unseen footage. Plus, you can tune in as much as you want to see me over and over again.
And of course, more of me.
But mainly me.
It's good to have a healthy ego, but maybe tuning in to see more of me.
Yeah, I don't think so, buddy.
You're wrong. I challenge you.
Get him. There we go. Shoot.
I'm jammed.
I'm not.
jammed. Don't get me.